Hi children, very good morning. Okay, have you finished your breakfast? So, are you ready for the class? Okay, let us see. So, the Enchanted Pool, the last part today. Okay, it is going to finish today. The Enchanted Pool. So, we have discussed in three previous classes, right? So, yesterday we discussed about the conversation between Yaksha and Yudhishthira. What did Yaksha do yesterday? Yes, he asked or he posed many questions to Yudhishthira and cleverly, with his wisdom, by calmness, right? Yudhishthira answered all the questions of Yaksha, right? So I will ask you few questions what Yaksha asked. You have to answer fast, right? You think it is just like a quiz, fast, chatpat. Okay. What are the answers of Yudhishthira given to the questions asked by Yaksha? What makes sunshine every day? What makes sunshine every day? Yes, the power of God or the grace of God. What rescues us man in danger? ಅಪಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು? Courage. What is more nobly sustaining than the earth? What is the thing which sustains more than the earth? That is our mother. What is faster than wind? Mind is faster than wind. What befriends a traveler? And who is the friend, best friend of a traveler? That is learning. ಕಲಿಕೆ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಕನ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ. Who is the friend of one who stays at home? ಗೃಹಸ್ಥ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಯಾರು? Quite natural, obviously, his wife, ಮನೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿ. Who accompanies a man in death? Dharma. Dharma alone accompanies a man in death. Which is the biggest vessel? ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು? Earth, which contains all in itself, is the biggest vessel. What is happiness? Happiness is the result of what? Yes, good conduct. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡದೆ ಸಂತೋಷ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೆ ಸಂತೋಷ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್, ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, we can feel happiness, we can get happiness. What is that abandoning which man becomes loved by all? ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಂದ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸಲ್ಪಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಡ್, ಜಂಬ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ. What is the loss which brings joy but not sorrow? What is the question? What is the loss which brings joy but not sorrow? ಈ ಒಂದು ನಷ್ಟ ಸಂತೋಷ ತರುತ್ತೆ ಆದರೆ ದುಃಖ ತರಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಟ್? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲೂಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗರ್, ಸಿಟ್ಟು, ನಾವು ಸಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಸಾರೋ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಬೈ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್ದಿ? ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿದರೆ, ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಯೆಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ it, we corrected it to 2, we corrected it. Here Yudhishthira said desire, ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ದುರಾಸೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಸೆ ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಆಸೆ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಅವರ್ ಲೈಫ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನಿಂತ ನೀರಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, right? If you want to move on, we need desires. ಆದರೆ we should not be greedy desires. ದುರಾಸೆಗಳಿರಬಾರ್ದು. Okay? So in this way, Yaksha posed many, 14 questions totally, posed many questions, and Yudhishthira cleverly answered all the questions. Now let us discuss what happens today in the end. In the end, the Yaksha asked O king, one of your dead brothers can now be revived. Whom do you want to revive? He shall come back to life. These are the words said by Yaksha. In the end, Yaksha asked, ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಕ್ಷ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, O king, who is the king here? Who is the king here? Yes. Oh, Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira is the king here. What Yaksha is saying? O king. So for Nakula, in the previous at first, when he came near the pool, it said, O son of Madri. Right? In this way, here, O king, one of your dead brothers can now be revived. Revived means to bring back. Revived. To bring back. Come back to life. Come back to life. Revive, to bring back. Revive. Whom do you want to revive? He shall come back to life. O king, Yudhishthira, listen my words. Your dead brothers can now be revived. One of your brothers. The 4 brothers who are dead near the pool. The Yaksha is asking Yudhishthira, only one of your brother can now, ega. What is the opposite word for now? Now, ega. Viruddha pada, opposite. Yes, amele, then. Now, then. One of your brothers can now be revived. One. So I am going to give life to one of your brothers out of 4. Right? Only one brother will come back to life. I will give him life. Whom do you want to revive? ಯಾರನ್ನು ಬದುಕಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು 4 ಜನದಲ್ಲಿ? Who do you want to bring back to life? He shall come back to life. If you choose anybody, he will come back to life. He will get life. He will become alive. Right? This is the choice given by Yaksha to Yudhishthira. Oh, Yaksha is testing Yudhishthira. If you choose anybody, he shall come back to life. He will get life. Sankata. This is Dharma Sankata, Yudhishthira. Let us see the 11th paragraph. Here, think is the past form thought. What is the past form of think? Thought. Yudhishthira thought for a moment. Yudhishthira thought for a moment and then replied, may the cloud-complexioned, lotus-eyed, broad-chested, long-armed Nakula, lying like a fallen ebony tree, arise. So what we see in this paragraph? Physical description of Nakula. Physical description is given here. Whose physical description? Nakula's. Nakula's physical description is given here in this paragraph. I will read once. Yudhishthira thought for a moment and then replied, may the cloud-complexioned, lotus-eyed, broad-chested and long-armed Nakula, lying like a fallen ebony tree, arise. So, who did Yudhishthira choose? He chose Nakula. Right? Out of 4 of his brothers, he chose Nakula. Let us see, why did he choose? So he didn't say directly Nakula. He gave his physical description. Then he named Nakula. Now let's see. Yudhishthira thought for a moment. So when Yaksha gave options, who do you want to get revived? So he thought for a moment. He think over it, and then replied, "May the cloud complexion Modada Chayulla. Modada Chayu, whose face looks like cloud. Cloud complexioned, lotus eyed. Kamaladanta. Lotus means Kamala. Kamaladanta Kannugaliruva. Broad chested. Agalavada Edeyulla. He has a broad. So again we got another word, broad. Broad. Broad means Agalavada. What is the opposite word for broad? Chikkada. So in our railway system, in the olden days, we have narrow gauge. Chikka aligal irtide. So now we have broad gauges. Right? What is the opposite word for broad? Narrow. Broad chested and long armed. Long armed Nakula. Who has this physical description? Right? What kind of physical description Nakula have? Cloud complexioned, lotus eyed, broad chested and long armed Nakula, lying like a fallen, lying like a fallen ebony tree. Lying like a fallen ebony tree. Ebony means ebony here. Ebony here means a hard black wood. A hard black wood. A hard black wood tree. A hard black wood tree. So lying like a fallen ebony tree. Khari marada hage biddiruva. Khari marada hage biddiruva. A hard black wood tree. Ebony means. So khari marada hage biddiruva Nakula, arise. You can get life. Rise early. On baduke barli. So like this, Yudhishthira, by thinking, right? He think for a while and he choose Nakula out of his 4 brothers. Let's move on to the 12th paragraph. The Yaksha was pleased at this and asked Yudhishthira, why did you choose Nakula in preference to Bhima, who has the strength of 16,000 elephants? I have heard that Bhima is most dear to you. And why not Arjuna, whose prowess in arms is your protection? Tell me why you choose Nakula rather than either of these two. Either of these two. Here, in this paragraph, Yaksha is asking the reason why did you choose Nakula? Why did Yudhishthira choose Nakula? That was the reason he is asking. Now, let us discuss. The Yaksha was pleased. Pleased here means happy. He became very happy. Who became very happy? Yaksha became happy by the answers which were given by Yudhishthira. He became very happy and asked Yudhishthira, why did you choose Nakula in preference to Bhima? Right? What he is asking? Why did you choose Nakula? Why did you choose Nakula in preference to Bhima, who has the strength of 16,000 elephants? Oh my dear Yudhishthira, why did you choose Nakula instead of choosing Bhima, who has heavy strength and he has the strength of 16,000 elephants? Right? I have heard that Bhima is most dear to you. As I know, Bhima is very dear to you. Right? He was very dearest to you. And why not Arjuna? Arjuna ಯಾಕೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು? Why not Arjuna? Whose prowess? Prowess here means great skill. Prowess here, great skill. ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವ a great skill in arms is your protection. Arjuna himself is a protection for you. ಅವನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನಿನಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವನು. Tell me, why you chose Nakula rather than either of these two? As I know, Bhima was very strong and Arjuna is he himself a protection for you. Instead of these two, right? ಹೀಗಿರುವಾಗ why did you choose Nakula? ಯಾಕೆ ನಕುಲನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನೀನು? Tell me the reason. Yudhishthira replied, "O Yaksha, O Yaksha, Kunti and Madri were the two wives of my father. Two wives of my father. Wife, huh? It is singular form, right? Ekavachana. So endati. If you make it plural form, bahuvachana madre endatiyaru ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಡಂದಿರು, right? What in English? Wives. Right? By removing fe, they are going to add vs to make it plural form. Wives. O Yaksha, Kunti and Madri were the two wives of my father. I, a son of Kunti, I am surviving, and so she is not completely bereaved. So to be fair, I ask that Madri's son Nakula be revived." The Yaksha was pleased with Yudhishthira's impartiality. I hope you may heard the word partiality. Partiality ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ನೀನು ನೋಡೋ ಆಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀನು ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡೋ. ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಸುಣ್ಣ, ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಬಣ್ಣ, ಆ ಥರ impartiality, and granted that all his brothers would come back to life. Now, what a chance Yudhishthira had. Yudhishthira replied to Yaksha's question, "O Yaksha, O Yakshane, Kunti and Madri, as we discussed in the beginning, Kunti and Madri were the two wives of Panduraja. Panduraja has two wives. First one is Kunti and the second one is Madri. O Yaksha, Kunti and Madri were the two wives of my father." Kunti and Madri. So these are the two wives for Panduraja. Pandu. He has two wives. Of my father, who is father? Panduraja. I, a son of Kunti. Who are the sons of Kunti? Then, so in 5 Pandavas, 3 are the sons of Kunti and 2 are the sons of Madri. Where? Yudhishthira, second one Bhima, Arjuna. Here, who are the Madri's son? Nakula, Sahadeva. Right. These are the sons of Kunti and Nakula and Sahadeva are the sons of Madri. Yeah, I, Yudhishthira, as a son of Kunti, I am surviving. I am alive. As a son of Kunti, Yudhishthira, I am alive to live. Right? Surviving means to live or alive. and so she is not completely bereaved. So she is nothing to worry. So as I am a son of Kunti, I am alive. So Kunti need not to worry. She could not be depressed, right? So to be fair, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so to be fair, I ask that. So I will tell you. I said that Madri's son. I am choosing Madri's son. Nakula be revived. As a son of Kunti, I am alive. But to be fair, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕುಂತಿಯ ಮಗನಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಮಾದ್ರಿಯ ಮಗನಾಗಿ ನಕುಲನನ್ನು ಬದುಕಿಸು, ಇದೇ ನ್ಯಾಯ. Yudhishthira's revived. So we came to know the reason. Why did Yudhishthira choose Nakula? Because as a son of Kunti, he is alive, and as a son of Madri, he should alive. Right? That is why he chose Nakula. The Yaksha was pleased with Yudhishthira's impartiality. Again he was pleased. He became very happy about Yudhishthira's impartiality. Here we have partiality. Partiality. It's the prefix impartiality. Impartiality. We may add im. Right? Partiality, impartiality. ಅವನ ನ್ಯಾಯಪರತೆಯನ್ನು ಸರಿದೂಗಿಸ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೋಸ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ನ್ಯಾಯ, ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್, impartiality. When Yaksha was pleased with Yudhishthira's impartiality, he granted that all his brothers would come back to life. Right? Yudhishthira got a bumper lottery, right? So Yaksha gave life to all his brothers who were dead near the pool, or they are not really dead. Appearance, right? Appearance is like that. So all his brothers would come back to life. So let us move on to the 14th paragraph. Now all the Pandava brothers came into life. It was Yama, the Lord of Death, who had taken the form of the deer and the Yaksha so that he might see his son Yudhishthira and test him. He embraced Yudhishthira and blessed him. What happened here? Huh? It was Yama. In the first, we have the word in the first paragraphs. It is mentioned as voice, then it is said as bodiless voice. So when Yudhishthira came, he came to know it is Yaksha. Right? So this Yaksha is none other than Yama. Yama. Who was Yama? You know? Who was Yama? Savina Adhipati. Right? The Lord of Death. The Lord of Death. Who had taken the form of a deer. No? Voice is Yama. Bodiless voice refers to Yama. Yaksha refers to Yama. And in the beginning, in the very beginning, the Pandavas reached the center of the forest chasing a deer. Right? That deer is none other than Yama. Right? He has taken the form of a deer. Jinke ವೇಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ. Why did he do all these things? What did he do? Why did Yaksha do? Or why did Yaksha take all this form? Take the form of deer, take the form of Yaksha, and he gave warning by disappearing, only become wise. Right? Like this. It was Yama, the Lord of Death, who had taken the form of deer, and the Yaksha ಜಿಂಕೆಯ ವೇಷ, ಯಕ್ಷನ ವೇಷ. So that he might see his son. Oh, we are confusing, right? So as we know, Yudhishthira was the son of Panduraja, right? As we all know, Yudhishthira is the son of Panduraja. But now here it is telling us so that he might see his son Yudhishthira and test him. Right, I will tell you one thing. There is a beautiful story here in Mahabharata. So Panduraja has two wives, right? He had a curse. ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಂಡುರಾಜನಲ್ಲಿ. He should not have a relationship with any woman. If he keep any relationship with his two wives, he is going to die. Right? So Panduraja and his wives didn't get a children by a marital affair. Right? So that what did they do? Kunti had a boon. Right? She had 5 gifts given by Durvasa. 5 ವರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. Right? So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ they both, Kunti and Pandu, they decided to use those boon, and so as a boon of different gods, by the grace of different gods, these Pandavas took born. Right? ವಿವಿಧ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಈ ಪಾಂಡವರು ಜನಿಸಿದ್ದು. So Yudhishthira was born with the blessings of Yama. So here it is telling, so why did Yama take this form, D form, and Yaksha's form? So see his son and test him. Right? So with the blessings of Yama, Yudhishthira was born. By the grace of Vayu, Bhima was born. By the grace of Lord Indra, Arjuna was born. By the grace of Ashwini Devatas, Ashwini twins, these twins were born. Right? ಅವಳಿ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಅವಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. Right? 5 ವರ, 5 boons. At first, Kunti had already lost his first boon by giving a birth to Karna. Right? So 4 remaining, she had 3 sons, and she transferred her 1 boon to Madri to get her a child. So Madri had got twin sons. Right? ಅವಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾಳೆ. So with the blessings of these gods and goddesses, right, Pandavas took born. So as Yama, as the father of Yudhishthira, right, by the grace of Yama, Yudhishthira took born. So he wanted to see his son and test him. So he was very pleased by his impartiality and his knowledge and his wisdom. He embraced Yudhishthira. Embrace means to come close. ತಪ್ಪಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ with all of love he embraced Yudhishthira and blessed him. ಅವನನ್ನು ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. Yama said, only a few days remain to complete the stipulated period of your exile in the forest. Exile means, as I already told in the beginning, Vanamasa, living in the forest for 12 years. The 13th year will also pass by. None of your enemies will be able to discover you. You will successfully fulfill your undertaking. And saying this, he disappeared. Appeared takes the prefix disappeared. Yama said, only a few days remain. Remain means balance, right? ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಇನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ಕೆಲವೇ ದಿನಗಳು to complete the stipulated means conditioned, right? As the Kauravas put a condition, you have to live in 12 years in the forest, right? That is conditioned. Stipulated period of your exile in the forest. There are few days to complete the stipulated period of your exile in the forest. The 13th year, another 1 year in disguise. ಮಾರುವೇಷದಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕು, ಅಜ್ಞಾತವಾಸ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು, ಡಿಸ್ಗೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಲಿವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ರಾಜನ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. The 13th year will also pass by. It will also pass, right? ಅದು ಮುಗ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. At that time, in the 13th year, none of your enemies, nobody, your enemies, no one of your enemies will be able to discover you. Discover means find. None of your enemies, no one of your enemies will find you, will discover you. ಯಾವ ಶತ್ರುಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೇನಾದ್ರು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು? Again they have to go for exile and disguise. ಮತ್ತೆ 12 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ವನವಾಸ, 1 ವರ್ಷದ ಅಜ್ಞಾತವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. You will successfully fulfill your undertaking. You will successfully fulfill your undertaking. ನೀವು ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಮುಗಿತದೆ. You will successfully completed your undertaking. And by saying this, Yaksha was disappeared. So Yaksha came in the form of deer. He gave warnings to test Pandavas, especially wants to test his son Yudhishthira. He took the form of Yaksha, right? He posed many questions to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira also gave answers comfortably, successfully, and as a result of it, Yaksha was pleased, and he became very happy with the answers given by Yudhishthira, and he embraced him. At last, in the end, he blessed him. This is how Yudhishthira was blessed by the Lord of Death, Yama. Right? So I hope you understood the story very well. You go through the text, you read the story once, twice, or thrice. Then you will came to know the theme, all the story, and then only you are able to write in your own words to the questions. Right? Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you. Let us meet in the next class.